G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of the Time Waste Podcast. I'm your host, Finta Smith. Hopefully by now though, you know that. But yeah, look, as we get into it, would be remiss, especially for the audio viewers, it doesn't really matter, does it? But for those watching the video, I would be remiss to not mention the fresh cut. Did decide a couple of days ago after work, I was like, I'm a bit bored. I'm going to shave my head. So I did just that, shave my head. I've done it a couple times, but it's great. I highly recommend it. It just makes you feel so different. But on the downside, it really does showcase if you've got a weird melon. If you've got a messed up melon, you'll be able to tell. And guess what? You can't hide it. Even if you wear hats, they sink to your head. You know, I'm a big fan of hat hair, you know. You can curl it over your ears, look sick. You can sort of puff it out, look sick. You can do. Hats will shape to your head. And the more I look in the mirror, the more I'm thinking, maybe I do got a weird melon. Because it's like good shape. And then it gets about an inch above my ears. And then it looks like I've got two holes in my head and they push it's like a pyramid at the top, you know? It's like the roof of a house. And it sort of pushes it up. And I don't like that. But the best reaction was, of course, my mum, who come home and sounded in, I guess, more pain, disappointment, surprise, shock, more flabbergasted than I've ever seen her in my entire life. My 20 years, I've never seen this reaction. She walks in the house. I was outside eating an extra, but ripping into it. And mum comes in, and all I hear is the bag hits the floor. It was probably the jaw, honestly, hitting the floor as well. And she just yells, "What have you done?" Just hands like that, eyes wide open, like no exact. I'm underselling it. I had to call the bloody ambulance. She went into comatose. She was like, for 5 minutes. I was like, buddy, she's a Medusa or something. She turned to stone, just that slight shake. So you knew she was alive, just. Seriously. Did it hurt my feelings? Yeah, a little bit. But, can't please them all, can ya? Yeah. Anyway, look, another thing, though, it makes me feel guilty. Every single time I cut my hair, it's not on purpose, but I swear to God, every single time I cut my hair, boom. Literally, I cut my hair, got in the car, and a bus passed by, and what's the ad on the side of the bus? Oh, I don't know. World's Greatest Shave coming up. Every single time I cut my hair. I swear it doesn't matter what time of the year it is. The first thing I'll see afterwards, in the days and the hours and the minutes, is bloody World's Greatest Shave. And it's like, I could have done that. But I didn't know. And it's like it's guilt tripping me or something. Because I've never done it, but I've shaved my head like 6 times. The worst part about shaving your head, though, is that weird growing out phase, You really got to commit to it. Usually when I do it, I'll just shave my own head like a billion times afterwards. Because it gets to that stage where it's like a hot dog without a bun. What are you going to do with it? Just eat it without it, you bloody animal. Seriously, I got a bit of class. It's too short to do anything with it. But it's not long enough. It's not long enough to do anything with it. But it's too long to not do anything with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's long enough that you need to do something with it, but it's too short to do anything with it. Unless you try and get that weird, 2004 tiny little spike things. Yeah, that's the worst part. So I'll hit that in 3 weeks probably. But look, as we move on, I would be remiss not to give a cheeky shout out. I wish you could sponsor your own stuff, but I guess I don't know how I'd make money on that. But hopefully you're listening to this right now. It doesn't make much sense. Hopefully you watch the sketch as well. But another medium I'm taking over is the writing game. I've done it before. Gone back to uni, so I need to do it again. But a friend of mine, shout out to Jed Wells. Look, a couple other people. I don't even know these people, to be honest. I know a handful of them and then a handful I don't know. But we've got a media site. It's called RANSACK. It's on a publishing site called WordPress. And heaps of people writing heaps of things on heaps of different things. Recommended all, but especially mine because it's basically, if you enjoy how I talk, which is probably no one, but if you enjoy how I talk, I write how I talk. And I made my first post. It's online. The website link is in It's on the link on my Anchor page, which is where the podcast is hosted. But yeah, I didn't manage. I just decided the other night to write 1,500 basically. Just this heart, 1 minute you've got your heart in your mouth, the other you're laughing, then that next you're crying, the next you're on the edge of your seat, you're shaking, you can't really scroll, you can't build the strength to scroll, and then boom, I hit you with the information that I cannot stress enough, it will change your life. What did I write about? Well, I wrote about how many times is the right amount of time, the healthy amount of time, to check that the alarm you set in your phone is really on. I cannot stress this enough. It will change your life. I'm not going to give it away, but the answer does start with an F. So we'll give that away. We'll give that away. But look, 2020, big year, big thing, and I've got something special. Ladies and gentlemen. Get ready for. What is my function? What is my purpose? I am so useless, yet I can be purchased. I am, of course, a silly product. Silly product. What's silly product all about? Oh, I don't know. Well, yes, I do know because I'm the host. Silly product. That's where I talk about. Excuse me. What? Well, it's actually it is rather self-explanatory. I talk about a silly product. Silly product. What makes one silly? Is it a product? Yes. Is it available for sale? Yes. Does it make 0 sense? Serve no purpose? And utterly, it's just, to be honest, useless. Well, then it's a silly product, and that's what I'm going to talk about. Today, I've got a beauty. I've got an absolute barn burner to start with. It really makes absolutely 0 sense to me. Of course, I'm talking about the transparent eraser. Hey, great job marketing. Woo! I saw an ad for it the other day, and oh my god, it had thousands of reactions. It was on Facebook. Shares, everything, comments. Oh, I'm loving this. Oh, this is a great game changer. What game are you playing that this changes? The point of an eraser, a normal eraser, get this, is to rub things out. Why would I need to see what I'm rubbing out as I'm rubbing out? You know what I mean? Like, honestly, it just confuses me. It just simply stumps me. Call me a tree because I'm stumped. You know what I mean? Like, you see, right, if I wrote, not to be political, but this is what the sheep will like, Donald Trump is the best, right? And then you go, I was meant to say worse. And you've got your eraser. You know what I would do? A person with a functioning brain. I don't have great depth perception, but I can still see it in front of me. So I will rub out best and change it to worst. Not that hard. With a transparent eraser, you can see that you're rubbing out best. Why are you rubbing out best? What's the point? You're getting rid of it. Why do you need to see it as you're getting rid of it? Because when you look down at the paper, to get rid of it, you have to know what's there. So you've already seen it, yes? Are we on board? Are we following? Yes, you've seen it. And then you bring the eraser to the start of the word. Yes, we're seeing this. We're all on board. I'm not going too fast, am I? Okay? And then you start erasing and you can see, because you sort of hold it, you can still see the end of the word, and you can see, oh, I've got to the T, I'll stop after that. What human being needs to see best and go, oh, that's the B, oh, the E. Mom, we're up the S, T, minus, stop. What a waste of time. But guess what? They're making money, so maybe I'm the clown. Silly product. What is my function? What is my purpose? I am so useless, yet I can be purchased. I am, of course, a silly product. Look, moving on from silly product. Hope that cleared the air. Anyone from their marketing team, please reach out to me. Anyone that has anything to say about that, please reach out. If you disagree, I'll send you the address for the nearest mental hospital. Honestly. Anyway, moving on. Let's go to another it's essentially a useless product. You know those parks that you pass and you'll be on the highway, right? And you see this just patch of grass. Bindi infested patch of grass. If it's lucky, it'll have one of those little little seahorses, like those weird little seat things that kids sit in, it goes back and forth like a rocking chair, but it's on that springs, and it's always a seahorse or some sea creature, which doesn't make any sense. Why would you have a seahorse when you could just make it a normal horse? And because you can actually ride horses. If you try to ride a seahorse, you'll kill it or it'll go inside you. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't work. I don't understand. Make it a car. Make it something. It's always something, a weird octopus or something. You're not riding an octopus. Unless it's a big octopus. Do you know what I mean? It's just dumb. But anyway, you see those bindi infested, and it's not a nice shape. It's a weird sort of oblong, messed up shape surrounded by this. It's never in a nice area. Never. Surrounded by these rickety, just wooden, or maybe even, if you're lucky, we're moving up a little bit in class, those tin shed looking fences with lots of holes in it, corrugated iron, that's rust infested. You ever see those patches of land? Yeah, and then you look at it, and there's a big wooden board plaque on it that says Sam McGee Park. And you go, how the hell did Sam McGee get this park? That's not a park. It's a patch of grass. It's a patch of grass. It's not, you couldn't even call that. It's just a patch of, to be honest, shit. It's a patch of shit. And every time I see it, I almost crash the car because I stop and I just stare and I go, wow, what do you have to do? How many bridges do you have to burn for that to be what you're remembered for? To that be what you're recognized for? Dead or alive, you pay for it, you don't pay for it. It's so disrespectful. And if I guess you did a really good job, you get one of those monkey bars over the weird little sand pit things. But it's like the fake grass and that sand, it's the sand under the fake grass, and but they've ripped holes in it and stuff. Or if you're real big, you got one of those terrible little gazebo things. I don't understand. Shitty memorial parks. What's the point? It's not a park. I don't understand how you get them. Because if you pay for them, surely you're not paying for that. You go, oh, yeah, hi, council. I'd like a park on my honour. And they go, okay, yeah, champion. All right, well, they usually be selling for about 20 grand to start with. But if obviously the price goes up, the nicer you want. You go, okay, well, I'm a businessman. I made quite a bit of money. Left a pretty big mark on the community. I did come up with a cure for cancer, not to brag. Oh, that's you. Yeah, oh, well done. Thank you. Anyway, look, I got a bit of cheese, so I'd like a fairly big park. Just, what am I on? I don't want to get too fancy, but yeah, And they go, I've just got the thing you need. You just sign here and see you in a couple months. And you sign away the dotted line. Money's not an issue. You turn up to that park, the big unveiling, and it's just a patch of shit. It's a patch of bindi infested grass. Oh, but you've paid a lot of money because you caught cancer. So lucky you, there's not only the monkey pass, but there's a slide. You get a slide. It is metal though, so it's going to be hot, but you get a slide, monkey bars, the sand, that's not really meant to be there, just because people have torn up and the fake grass with the sand under it has got wrecked. You also get, not one, but two of the seahorse and octopus rocking chair things. Woo, yeah! That's what you're remembered for. I don't understand. I don't even know what to say on it. I just don't understand. It's not a park. And if you're dead, that is... Whoa. That's worse than dying, getting remembered for that. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at him. Dave. Oh, Dave Sanderson, yeah. I'll remember him, yeah, wow. That name's from... He has that park, doesn't he? Yeah, he has that park up on Gough Street. Yeah, he does, yeah. That one that's... Yeah, it's surrounded by the wooden fences. Yep. Lots of drug deals going there. Yeah, lots, yeah. Dave, lucky man. He must have done some good, wouldn't he? Yeah. He has two slides, doesn't he? Yeah, no. He's only got one. Yeah, it's not metal though. It's a normal one. Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. Good on him. Yeah. Does he have a? He's got one of those rocking seahorse things, doesn't he? Yeah, he does. But it's actually a crab. Yeah. It's a crab. Yeah. He must have been something special. It's big, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Usually it stands about 10 by 5, but I think I read somewhere it's about 11.3 by 6.7. Wow. That's right. Wow. Still on the highway. It's still on the highway, isn't it? Yeah, it's still on the highway. But yeah, good man, Dave. I don't get it. But, look, I hate to bring the tone down, but, before we finish, I'm sorry. I prepared a little A note to the fans. Dear loyal fans of the Time Wasted podcast, I, your host, Finton Smith, speak to you today bearing unfortunate news. It has come to my attention that I have failed you. In last weekend's podcast, during my I'm Getting Mad segment, I expressed my disgust at the continual and complete misuse and abuse at the hands of people using the Instagram filter, which Disney character am I? And its associates. I expressed clearly and passionately... Sorry, getting choked up. I expressed clearly and passionately my disdain for it and vowed to see its demise. In the following hours and days after release, my news feed was clear. I was overjoyed and relieved, perhaps prematurely. I was naive enough to believe that I had made a difference. Those days without being forced to see the same filters being used time and time again to zero comedic effect, or any effect for that matter, were some of the happiest of my life. But then, before taping this episode, I went online. It was there I saw something disgusting. The filters. The filters. Ladies and gentlemen, they've evolved. No longer is it the character filters that are being targeted. It's the, which country are you? How will you end 2020? And others. I have failed. I have not stopped these filters. I have made them grow and change, making them stronger than ever. Use is rampant, and again, zero comedic effect has been made. No laughter or adoration or even confusion has occurred. Just time I'll never get back. But whilst the battle has been lost, do not lose hope, my friends. For the war rages on, and I will not give up. They will be stopped, even if I have to give everything. Thank you. Okay, guys, thank you for listening to another episode of the Time Wasted Podcast. Please come back.